All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a company that did something pretty amazing. They took a chunk of American history and turned it into a rock-solid business strategy. This line right here, it's not just some marketing slogan. Nope, it is the absolute core, the very foundation of the super unique and powerful business model of Ryman Hospitality Properties, or RHP for short. So you might be asking, what even is RHP? Well, on paper, it's something called a real estate investment trust, a REIT. Basically, a company that owns property that makes money. But honestly, calling it just a hotel REIT doesn't even begin to cover it. It's so much more. So let's get into it. Their whole business is this incredible balancing act, right? Between two things that seem like they shouldn't go together at all. Massive, modern scale on one side, and this deep, totally irreplaceable legacy on the other. Okay, so to really get how they make this work, you have to realize that they're basically playing in two totally different sandboxes, and they've brilliantly figured out how to connect them. So on one hand, you've got these absolute Goliaths, the colossal Gaylord Hotels, which Marriott manages. I mean, these things are practically cities in themselves. Then, on the other hand, you've got the Legends, their entertainment group that owns some of America's most iconic cultural spots. And listen, when I say big, I mean huge. These things aren't just in Nashville, they're all over the country. We're talking Florida, Texas, Colorado, and each one has thousands of rooms and just massive amounts of meeting space. They're designed to be these self-contained worlds for enormous events. And this is where it gets really special, because their other whole thing is owning these cultural icons that are literally one of a kind. You can't just go out and build another Grand Ole Opry, right? Or another Ryman Auditorium. Their value is baked right into their history. Okay, so the big question is, how does this all come together to give them an advantage that's almost impossible to beat? Well, it all comes down to something investors love to talk about, the economic moat. Think of it exactly like a moat around a castle. It's a barrier that keeps your rivals out. And let me tell you, RHP has built a really, really impressive one. So for RHP, their moat has two main parts. First, there's the crazy scale of their hotels. And second, there's this amazing synergy they've built with their entertainment businesses, especially in their home turf of Nashville. And here's how that synergy plays out in the real world. Imagine a big company books a convention at the Gaylord Opryland. Well, after the meetings, their people can literally walk over to the Grand Ole Opry for a show. Or even better, RHP can set up a private concert for them at the Ryman. See? It's not just a boring conference anymore. It's an unforgettable trip, and all that money stays right inside RHP's ecosystem. But look, let's be real. A strategy this big? It's a huge, high-stakes gamble. It's got some incredible upsides, but man, it also comes with some serious risks. First off, just think about the cost to even try to compete. $1 billion, minimum. And that's before you even get to the history part. That number alone is enough to make almost anyone say, nope, I'm out. So yeah, you can see it's a total double-edged sword. On the plus side, having these unique places means they can pretty much charge what they want. But the downside? The cost to keep these giants running is just astronomical. And because they depend so much on big groups, if the economy takes a nosedive and companies slash their travel budgets, oof, that's gonna hurt. So what's the big lesson here? What should you really take away from all this? It's that RHP's story really proves that sometimes the most powerful thing you can own isn't something new you can build, but something old that nobody else can. And that really leaves us with something to think about, right? In this world where everything's becoming digital, where you can experience almost anything on a screen, what's the real lasting value of owning a piece of actual, irreplaceable history?